Contenders. I'm your host, Peggy Young. Happy New Year, all of you at home. And, well, it is January of the year 2004. The origin of the word January is Janus, the Roman god of beginnings, of bridges, of peace, of gates. He must have been a very busy god. And in January, I think we are all as busy as Janus must have been. Let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. Welcome to our stage. We have the Garu team, Peter and Erin Garnhum. Welcome. And why Garu?
Garu is our favorite animated character, Puka and Garu, and it's also similar to our last name, Garnhum.
Garnhum, Garu, that works. And welcome and good luck to you today.
Thank you.
Going against the Garu team, we have the Rat Pack team, Sean Wood and Ricardo Buitron. Why Rat Pack?
Well, we're both big fans of the music and the era, the style, and my favorite singer is Dean Martin.
And from the same time, mine is Frank Sinatra.
Well, it's great to have you on our stage, Rat Pack. Good luck to you, and good luck to Garu as well. Let's get to our game. And so the new year has begun. Garu, you get to choose Q, I, or Z.
Let's go with Q.
All right, questions at Q, number 1. Of the following, which is spelled correctly? 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Number 2.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And how did you begin the new year?
Trying to recover from the end of the old year.
Any big plans for the year?
Some travel, hopefully to Australia or New Zealand. It's kind of our big plan for the year.
And maybe we might
Fingers
put up the bill
crossed.
for
Fingers crossed.
some part of your travel.
I hope.
We go to question 2. Okay. Of the following, which is not an alcoholic drink made with grapes? 1, wine, 2, champagne, 3, cognac, and 4, whiskey.
And number 4, whiskey.
Question 3. Of the following, which is a picture painted on a wall? 1, paper mache, 2, mural, 3, tapestry, and 4, collage.
Number 2, mural.
Question 4. Of the following, the Nutcracker is a ballet having to do with which holiday? 1, Easter, 2, New Year's Day, 3, Christmas, and 4, Children's Day.
Number 3, Christmas Day.
Children's Day in Korea comes in the month of May, the 5th. We go to number 5. Of the following, which person won the Nobel Prize twice? 1, Marie Curie, 2, Richard Feynman, 3, Konrad Lorenz, 4, Albert Einstein. If you're not sure, you can use chance.
Let's use chance, please.
All right, we'll make things easier for you. Please make your final selection, Garu team.
Okay. Let's say number 4, Albert Einstein.
Actually, it is Marie Curie who won twice. The first one she won with her husband for radium and polonium discovery, and then she isolated radium by herself to win the second one. And Garu, you end the section with 40 points. And now, Rat Pack, you have a choice. U, I, or Z sets of questions.
You.
All right, we will go with question set U, number 1. Of the following, Aladdin received how many wishes for rubbing the lamp? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4.
3, 3.
And if you had one wish, what would you wish for?
Good vacation.
BMW.
A BMW.
M3, yeah.
Would you wish for a similar thing?
Just a vacation.
Vacation to...
Jeju sounds good.
Oh, pressure on your opponents, I think. Okay, we go to question 2. Of the following, according to superstition, what object is considered to be unlucky when put on a bed? 1. Book. 2. Socks. 3. Wallet. 4. Hat.
We'll take chance.
All right. We'll make it easy for you. Take away 2 of the incorrect choices, and please make your final selection.
4 hat.
And we move on to question 3. Of the following, what is the word that fits into the phrase forgive and blank? 1. Befriend. 2. Forget. 3. Be forgiven. And 4. Trust.
2. Forget.
Question 4. Of the following, what is the meaning of the term to serve the ball in volleyball? 1. Get it ready for use. 2. Quit play. 3. Put it into play. 4. Score a goal.
3. Put it into play.
Do you play volleyball at all?
A little. Beach volleyball.
And we go to question 5. Of the following, which is the biggest cat in the world? 1. Tiger. 2. Jaguar. 3. Lion. 4. Cheetah.
1. Tiger.
Moving on to question number 6. Of the following, who did not marry Marilyn Monroe? 1. Joe DiMaggio. 2. Arthur Miller. 3. James Doherty. 4. Lee Strasberg.
2. Arthur Miller.
It is 4. Lee Strasberg, who did not marry Marilyn Monroe. The other 3 men did. Well, Rat Pack, you end the section in the lead, 50 points. Congratulations. You guys are pretty even as we go into the second round. This is the password section where we give you 20 words in a pre-chosen category. You are given 100 seconds to go through the entire list. And Garu, if you are ready, please come up next to me. And your category is royalty. Do you have a favorite royal person?
Oh, probably the Queen Mum.
Why?
She's just a nice old lady, and she lived a long life, and I think she had a good life.
All right. And are you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Go.
Hat.
Crown.
Starts with K.
King.
Egypt.
Cleopatra.
Sun ruler.
Louis XIV.
Dead.
Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mum. Princess Di. Princess Diana.
Current ruler.
Queen Elizabeth II of England.
Gold mask.
King Tut. King Tutankhamun.
Yes. Next to Korea.
China. Japan.
Famous play by Shakespeare.
King Lear.
Yes. Actress.
Princess Grace. Princess Grace Kelly.
A ruler in the Middle East. Not a name.
Not a name. Sultan. Sheik.
It's Sultan. The final king in China would be the
The last emperor.
a system of government in medieval Europe.
Feudalism.
The current ruler of the country next to us.
Emperor Akihito.
A king in Egypt.
A pharaoh.
A country. You like the cookies from this country?
Danish. Dutch cookies.
No, the country.
Denmark.
Yes. It's one of your favorite movies with Audrey Hepburn. And also Grace.
Charade.
No.
Good job. She was a princess in it. Roman holiday is what we're going for, but you did a great job. You end the section with 200 points.
Oh, great.
And Rat Pack, if you're ready. And your category is the Matrix Trilogy. I guess you're a big fan.
Got to see all the movies, at least.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Neo.
Keanu Reeves.
Operator.
Link.
Pass. Third movie.
Revolutions.
The year the Matrix took place in.
2014. 2017.
Down.
2012.
Down.
2009.
The year the first one take place in. Year 2000 minus
1990, 1998,
minus 1.
1999.
WB.
Warner Brothers.
The Brothers.
The Wachowski brothers, Larry and Andy.
Last City.
Zion.
Neo.
The One.
And
Keanu Reeves.
Mr.
Thomas A. Anderson.
KAM. Neo's girlfriend.
Carrie Ann Moss.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Morpheus.
Neo.
The One.
The cartoon, the animated.
Animatrix.
Jada.
Niobe.
Pass. Squids.
Sentinels. Machines.
Agent.
Agent Smith.
Pass.
You passed on the way that they got out of bad spots, the telephone. And you didn't quite get to Marilyn Manson, nor did you get to the beautiful French actress who took part in the last two films, Monica Bellucci. You end the section with 190 points. However, Garu is in the lead with 200. Now let's welcome Mr. David Wong.
Happy New Year, Young. Happy New Year, everybody out there. By the way, you look real nice today.
So do you.
That's a bright color. I like that. But it being the new year, actually, I'm wondering if you have any New Year's resolutions.
Not really any big ones, but take every day in stride.
Is that right? Okay, that's not bad. Any New Year's resolutions for you guys?
They're too easy to break, so.
Too easy to break? Okay.
Do you have one?
Yes, that's the whole point. I have one. I actually have two. One's kind of serious and one, no, they're both kind of serious. The first one is I want to try to love people as myself. All right? I want to try that one. And the second one is this is my last year in my 20s and I want to try to actually find a girlfriend. Because before I'm 30, I like to maybe, I don't know, have someone get married. So I'm making a public announcement. Is that okay here?
Let's help him out.
Help me out. I need all the help
Introduce
I can
him
get,
to women,
please.
I guess. And so, why don't we have the rules?
Okay, the rules. What are the rules? I'm thinking about girls. No, okay. This next section is around the non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer. If that team gets the question wrong, that chance will be given to the other team. Now, you guys are lucky here on the Contenders. Why do you ask? Because if neither of you guys know the answer, we will give you the help of a spelling hint. There's 15 questions in all, 30 points per question, and 5 seconds to answer each one. Okay?
So let's have question number one.
All right, question number one is about device. This has been voted as the top gizmo of last year in a magazine poll of gadget lovers in the UK. The Pentax Optio S fought off competition from Apple's iPod MP3 player and the Sony
MP3 player.
Rat Pack, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
and the Sony Ericsson T610. This is a device that allows to take pictures without film. What is this?
Rat Pack.
Digital camera.
And Rat Pack, you're now in the lead. This is a very close game. Let's see what happens with question number 2.
Question number 2 is about entertainment. On January 8th, 1935, Elvis Presley was born. There is an annual ceremony in which government officials proclaim Elvis Presley Day throughout Memphis and Shelby County. He is buried at his mansion, which is
Rat Pack.
Graceland.
Have you ever visited?
No, but I'm a big fan of Elvis Presley too. So.
And we move on to question 3.
good taste in music, fellas. All right, number 3 is about sport. Valencia, Spain will host the 2007 America's Cup, the first time the yachting showcase event was held in Europe since its initial race in 1851. The defending champion traditionally hosts the next America's Cup, but last year's winner is landlocked, forcing a search for another venue in Europe. What is this country?
We're looking for the country that hosts, and why don't we take a look at the hint? Garu?
Switzerland.
And let's move on to question 4.
I told you guys are lucky, that spelling hint. It helps. Number 4 is about title. British actor Sir Michael Caine is being tipped for a role this upcoming movie as this hero's butler Alfred.
Garu.
Batman.
Yes. And Garu, you are in the lead, 260 versus Rat Pack's 250. And let's go to question 5.
Question 5 is about virus. This virus that has claimed many human lives in Central Africa.
Rat Pack.
Ebola.
It is the Ebola. And Rat Pack, you've got the lead again. Let's see what happens with the next question.
All right, question number 6 is about organization. This organization has described violence against women today's most pervasive human rights challenge. Rape and female circumcision are still widespread across the globe. This is an international human rights organization concerned with prisoners of conscience under
Garu.
Amnesty International?
And Garu, you've got the lead. It's going back and forth between the two teams. Let's see what happens with question 7.
Question 7 is about planet. The truth is somewhat different. Scientists say that the highlands of this planet are covered by a heavy metal frost. This has been identified with beauty by many cultures. This is frequently seen as a brilliant point of light in the evening or morning sky. What is this?
Garu.
Mars.
Rat Pack, 5 seconds. Rat Pack.
Mercury.
Identified with beauty. Why don't we take a look at the hint? And Rat Pack.
Venus.
Rat Pack, you've got the lead. You got to listen closely to the hints, and we move on to question 8.
All right, question number 8 is about person. An exhibition of art by this person entitled
Garu.
Nelson Mandela.
Yes. And Garu's got the lead. It's really flipping back and forth between the two teams. Let's see what happens with our next question.
Next question, number 9, is about health. Hydrotherapy improves strength and mobility in patients with this. Patients who used water therapy were able to walk better afterwards.
Garu.
Arthritis?
Rat Pack, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
And their muscle strength improved. This is the most common form of arthritis. It is caused by the breakdown of protective tissue called cartilage in the joints. What is this?
Rat Pack, 5 seconds. Rat Pack.
Muscular dystrophy.
Why don't we take a look at the hint? We are looking for Garu.
Osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis.
Rat Pack, 5 seconds. Rat Pack.
Osteoarthritis?
Yes. We would have also taken degenerative joint disease as the correct answer. And we move on to question 10.
Question 10, how do you like that spelling hint? Question 10.
Good, we're thankful for this.
There you go. It's about environment. More than 80% of this river's basin's wetlands and floodplains have been destroyed in the last century, largely through activities like land reclamation.
Rat Pack.
The Amazon.
Garu, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Dam building and river regulation. This is the longest river in Western Europe. What is this?
Garu, 5 seconds. Garu.
The Rhine.
The longest river in Western Europe. Why don't we take a look at the hint? And Garu.
The Danube.
Yes. We move. Garu is in the lead at this point. We move on to question 11.
Question 11 is about business. The clash between Microsoft and this company in the database management system market is a case of the grass always seeming greener in the other guy's yard. This company is a technology and performance leader of database market. This company is ORCL on the NASDAQ.
Garu.
Oracle.
Yes. Garu, you're increasing your lead now, and we go to question 12.
Increasing the lead, but only a matter of like a question or two. Here we go. Ready? Number 12 is about law. U.S. students sued over mold on the walls at their school. They want the mold case to become a case.
Garu.
Oh gosh, sorry, right out of my head.
And Rat Pack, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
To become a case where several aggrieved people are able to sue collectively.
Rat Pack.
Class action lawsuit.
Yes, it is a class action lawsuit. And Garu, you may have had it in mind, just didn't come in the right time.
Right.
And let's go to question 13.
Question 13 is about invention. On January 4th, 1809, Louis Blanc was born. Blind from the age of 3, he desperately wanted to read. And he was determined to...
Garu.
Louis Braille or Braille?
Yes. It is Louis Braille. And Garu, you are leaping ahead again. We go to question 14.
Okay, question 14 is about place. The UNESCO will issue a report recommending that Peru make major changes to its management of this site.
Garu.
Machu Picchu.
And we've come to our last question.
Last question, number 15, is about issue. Anastasia Volachkova was fired last September after the director said she was too large to lift. The court ruled that she was illegally dismissed and ordered this ballet theater to pay the equivalent of $6,400.
Garu.
The Bolshoi.
And with that, Garu, you get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. Rat Pack, it's great starting out this new year with you. I know there are friends and family who are watching. What do you want to say?
I'd just like to thank my boss for giving me the day off, and I was just glad to be here.
Yeah. Thank you to my boss also, a different one, and my family and friends for your support.
All right,
Thanks.
well, thanks a lot and Happy New Year. And now, Garu team, you're going to be going up against the Tobagi team that's won before. How do you feel?
A little nervous. They're very, very firm team, so we want formidable team. Yes. So hopefully we'll be able to hold our own.
All right, well, we'll be right back after this with the Garu team. Garu team to our final stage. Let's welcome back the Tobagi team. It's good to have you guys back, Gus Swanda and Tai Kim. We closed out last year with you, and now we're beginning 2004 with you guys on our stage. How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm hoping to fulfill my New Year's resolution this year.
And what is that?
I'm going to expand my horizons and do a little travel in Europe.
Expected. I was waiting for that.
And you're hoping we'll foot the bill for this?
I certainly hope so.
All right. Are you in agreement?
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. I'm going to tag along. Yeah.
And Garu, how do you feel about this?
Well, you know, we'd love to just hand you a New Year's present, but I think that we're really gunning for a trip to Jeju, so.
All right, we've got a challenge. Good luck to all of you, and let's begin our quiz. In the final round, we give you 5 categories of questions, 10 to 50 points each, and you don't have to choose them in order. You just get the first one correct. You get to choose the next question. What are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are happened in January, surprise, surprise, genius, literature, all that glitters, and popular music.
And I will choose the first one. I'll go with happened in January for 10 points. In January 1948, this person was assassinated while he was on his way to his evening prayer meeting in Delhi. He was shot down. Garu?
Gandhi.
He stood for a nonviolent protest to achieve social and political progress, and he went by Mahatma, which means great-souled. And Garu, it's good to see you on the board. You get to choose.
Let's take the same category for 20.
All right. Happened in January for 20 points. When English Admiral Arthur Phillip set sail with the first fleet, the 11 ships of the fleet arrived at this country's bay in January 1788 with Tobagi.
Libya.
Garu, it is your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. With more than 1,450 passengers, including 736 convicts, more than 200. Garu?
Australia.
And they arrived on January 26th, and it is Australia Day. And the first settlement was named Sydney for Britain's Home Secretary, Lord Sydney, who was responsible for this colony. And Garu, you get to choose.
Okay. Happened in January, 30 points.
Happened in January, 30 points. On January 28th, 1986, an event made headlines across the world. This exploded just 73 Tobagi.
Space Shuttle Challenger.
Yes. And it was a great tragedy, especially because, I mean, it's a tragedy all around, but it was especially sad for elementary school students. Krista McAuliffe, the teacher, was lost in that destruction. And Tobagi, you have tied the score at 30 points. You get to choose.
Happened in January for 40.
Happened in January, 40 points. The American engineer Robert Fulton built one of the earliest submersible crafts. Tobagi.
Submarine?
Garu, it is your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. In 1800, in France, under a grant from Napoleon, Fulton's blank failed to attract development support from either the French or the British. The name of this was chosen for the U.S. Navy vessel launched January 21st, 1954. This is any of at least 3 historic submarines, including the world's first nuclear-powered vessel. What is this? Garu, 5 seconds. Garu.
The Polaris.
Jules Verne's classic science. Tobagi.
Nautilus.
The Jules Verne's classic gave away. And Tobagi, you are in the lead, 70 versus Garu's 30, and you get to choose.
Let's finish January for 50.
Finishing out the category, happened in January, 50 points. This man was born in January of 1788. He was born with a clubfoot and early developed an extreme sensitivity to his lameness. He is the English romantic poet. Garu.
Lord Byron.
Yes. He's esteemed for the satiric realism of Don Juan, and we would have also taken George Gordon Byron or the 6th Byron, Lord Byron. And Garu, you're catching up. Actually, you have got the lead, Garu. 80 points versus Tobagi's 70, and you get to choose.
Wow, let's go with All That Glitters for 30.
All That Glitters, 30 points.
30 points. This country has the world's largest stock of privately hoarded gold. Personal holdings.
Tobagi?
South Africa.
Garu, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the questions.
Personal holdings are estimated at 5,000 tons, worth approximately 72 billion at a figure of $600 an ounce. The reason why the people of this country worship gold is because they believe in the ancient scriptures that say that gold has magical powers. What is this country, the origin of Buddhism?
Garu, 5 seconds. Garu?
India.
Apparently, authorized imports of gold are practically nil, but the people managed to add an estimated 60 to 70 tons of smuggled gold to their hoards every year, so it's pretty impressive.
Wow.
And Garu, you're increasing your lead. You get to choose.
Let's choose all that glitters for 40.
All that glitters, 40 points.
Spanish soldiers in Francisco Pizarro's expedition to Peru in 1532 found these as large as pigeon eggs. In the mistaken belief that true this could not be broken, they pounded their finds with hammers and decided when the stones shattered that all they had found was colored glass. As in this example, many virtues were formerly described to this, especially its refreshing green color was said.
Garu.
What are emeralds?
And I'm glad you broke out of the Jeopardy style answer.
Yeah. Watched a little too much.
It's a grass green variety of beryl that is highly valued as a gemstone. And are you a big fan of emeralds?
I enjoy any jewel that's given to me.
That's a hint for you, I think. And Garu, you get to choose.
Okay, we're having luck with that category, so let's stick with all that glitters for 50.
All that glitters, 50 points.
Not until after William Hyde Wollaston died was his method for working this, that is, making it malleable for commercial use, published. He was so secretive that no one was allowed in his laboratory. Wollaston made a fortune working the glamour metal around 1800. It is heavier, rarer.
Tobagi.
Platinum.
Yes, it is platinum. It is the precious silver white metal, and with that, Tobagi, you are catching up 120 versus Garu's lead of 150 points. You get to choose.
Let's go to literature for 10.
Literature, 10 points. The writer was serving 3 years in prison for embezzlement when he began to write short stories. Upon his release, he gained national fame with 300 stories, most of which had a surprise ending. His most... Garu.
O. Henry?
Yes. He's famous for The Gift of Magi, The Ransom of Red Chief, and he had a pseudonym of William Sidney Porter. And how do you get to choose?
Okay, good. Let's go with literature for 20.
Literature, 20 points. René Descartes was writing a book on the universe in which he accepted the views of this person. But when he heard that Galileo had been condemned for believing that the sun was the center. Garu?
Copernicus.
Yes. Copernicus is the Polish astronomer, and the heliocentric theory is his work. And Garu, you are maintaining your lead. You get to choose.
Okay, literature for 30 points.
Literature, 30 points. This novel, a brutal and realistic love story with a theme of adultery, was condemned as pornography when it was serialized in a periodical in 1856. Tobagi.
Scarlet Letter?
Ooh, Garu, it is your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. And this novel's author was charged with offending public morality and religion. The court censured it, but acquitted the author. Though it was selling in the thousands, the author said he wished he had enough money to buy up every copy. What is this? Gustave Flaubert's masterpiece. Garu, 5 seconds. Garu.
Madame Bovary?
Flaubert of this book said, throw them all into the fire and never hear of the book again because he had such a pain due to this book. And Garu, you get to choose.
Okay, let's go with literature for 40.
Literature, 40 points. This is the English author of the novels Far from the Madding Crowd, The Return of the Native. Garu.
Thomas Hardy.
Yes. He's famous for tests of the D'Urbervilles. And that was also turned into a popular film. Garu, you get to choose.
Let's take literature for 50 points.
Closing the category, literature, 50 points. While still in his mid-teens, this author revolutionized French poetry. His poems had a hallucinatory dream world quality. Then, at 19, he abandoned his writing career and became a traveling salesman. He smuggled guns into the Ethiopian jungle and lived there with his African harem. He died at age 37 following amputation of a gangrenous leg. He is an adventurer who is well known for the symbolist movement. Who is this? French poetry. Garu.
Is it Rimbaud?
Yes, it is. Arthur Rimbaud was the man we were looking for. He's also famous for his love with Paul Verlaine. And Garu, you are ahead and you get to choose.
Let's go with popular music for 10.
Popular music, 10 points.
Hello everyone at the Contenders. My name is Ben Ball and I'm a professor of applied music at Pekje Yesude. Recently, popular music has become extremely commercial, but having music in your life through radio or TV is still a good way to enjoy short, relaxing moments. I personally like jazz. What kind of popular music do you all enjoy? Perhaps we will see them in today's questions. This question is multiple choice. Of the following, which is generally not included in the genre of popular music? 1. Jazz. 2. Rhythm and blues, R&B. 3. Rock. 4. Opera.
Tobagi.
4. Opera.
Tobagi, it's good to see you on the board and you get to choose.
Popular music for 20, please.
Popular music, 20 points.
This British rock band's fusion of heavy metal, glam rock, and camp theatrics made it one of the most popular groups of the 1970s. Although generally dismissed by critics, it crafted an elaborate blend of layered guitar work by virtuoso Brian May and overdubbed vocal harmonies enlivened by the flamboyant performance of frontman and principal songwriter Freddie Mercury. What is the name of this group?
Garu.
Queen?
Yes. And Garu, you get to choose.
Popular music for 30.
Popular music, 30 points.
This person's nickname was in a few major movies in addition to his burgeoning career as a musician. His tension-free, humble, and intelligent presence as a musician was an inspiration to all. Without him, we may have never noticed the Sinatras, Dean Martins, and Tony Bennett's of the world, all of whom have paid tribute to his courage and mimicked his presence on stage. Who is this musician whose nickname?
Garu.
Is it Sammy Davis Jr.?
Tobagi, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Who is this musician whose nickname is Satchmo?
Tobagi.
Louis Armstrong.
Yes. Armstrong is famous as Satchmo. What a Wonderful World was a big hit. And Tobagi, you get to choose.
Popular music for... I'm sorry, Genius for 10.
Genius for 10.
This is the indirect offspring of a ray of sunlight. Noticing that his instruments malfunctioned in some beams, Joseph May, working in a cable station off the coast of Ireland in 1861, finally traced the disturbance of selenium resistors whose current varied with the amount of light they received. A mosaic of such cells was soon fashioned into an image collector for transmission. It has been developed through black and white, color, and now HD. What is this?
Tobagi.
Television.
And have you moved the HDTV into your living room?
No, unfortunately. Yeah, I still have black and white. So this is black and it's brown and gray. If you're watching at my house.
All right. Tobagi, you get to choose.
Genius for 20.
Genius, 20 points.
The youngest winner of this was a 25-year-old. William Lawrence Bragg, with his father, shared the award for physics in
Tobagi.
Nobel Prize.
Yes. And it was set up by the famous Swedish inventor and industrialist. Tobagi, you get to choose.
Genius for 30.
Genius, 30 points.
This 17th century French mathematician, physicist, and philosopher built a calculating machine and a slide rule in his childhood, and also laid the foundation for the modern theory of probabilities. But his best-known remarks had nothing to do with science. He was the man who said that if Cleopatra's nose had been differently shaped aquiline, the history of the world would have been altered. Who is this?
He has a computer programming language named after him. Tobagi.
Pascal.
And the mathematical triangle he invented actually is calculus. And Tobagi, you are catching up. You get to choose.
Let's go genius 40.
Genius, 40 points.
This person proposed that long 10-mile wide strips of trees delineating the Pythagorean theorem be planted in the Siberian steppes so that watchers from other worlds might see that people on Earth were bright enough to know geometry. And who knows, they might even respond with cyclic quadrilaterals. The measure of magnetism indicated with the symbol G is also named after this person. Who is this German mathematician?
The symbol G for measure of magnetism is named after him. He is ranked as one of the greatest mathematicians of all time with Archimedes, Newton. He's on that level. The symbol G is named after him. Tobagi.
Gutenberg.
Garu, 5 seconds. Think again about this person. He had an interesting theorem about planting trees in, delineating the Pythagorean theorem for other world people or aliens to answer with cyclic quadrilaterals, which was interesting. Tobagi.
Geist.
Garu, 5 seconds.
Gauss. Gauss.
That is the name. Johann Carl Friedrich Gauss is the man we were looking for. And what would you want next?
Let's go back to popular music for 40.
Popular music, 40 points.
Popular music of this period was known as secular songs and was not bound by the church's dictation. None of the music that was performed or listened to by practicing Christians was recorded in church documents until sometime during the 10th century. Around the 12th and 13th century, members of the church started forming groups to sing the Gregorian chants in troves. What is this period in European history?
Tobagi.
Middle Ages.
This is the period from the collapse of the Roman civilization in the 5th century AD to the period of the Renaissance. And Tobagi, you get to choose.
Popular music 50.
Closing the category, popular music, 50 points.
This music is in syncopated 2/4 time. Instrumentation is varied and purposely simple, limited to a few rhythm instruments, guitar, marimba, drum, or a single note piano accompaniment. In vocalized passages, the musical background becomes more subdued to allow the singer greater range for improvisation. In Portuguese, this means new trend. What is this?
Tobagi.
Bossa Nova.
Yes. And it is the union of samba and cool jazz. And what do you want to have next?
That's all that counts.
Genius for 50.
Genius, 50 points.
Big question. In preparing this chemist lined up the chemical elements in rows and columns so that such properties as atomic weights...
Garu?
Is it the...
Periodic table.
Yes, it is. And the periodic table was lined up by the Russian chemist Mendeleev. And...
Oh, sorry. Force ahead.
And, well, you've got 2 questions left on the board. What would you like?
Let's go with all that glitters for 20.
All that glitters, 20 points.
The hardness, brilliance, and the sparkle of diamonds make them unsurpassed as gems. In the symbolism of gemstones, the diamond represents steadfast love and is the birthstone for April. Diamond stones are weighed in carats and in points. The diamond is the only gemstone composed of just one chemical element.
Tobagi.
Carbon.
It is carbon. And we've got 1 question left on the board. We have all that glitters, 10 points.
All that glitters, 10 points. These kinds of ornaments and decorations have been found in royal tombs dating back as far as 4000 BC. It is probable that both gold and blank were used as money by 800 BC in all countries between the Indus and the Nile.
Garu.
Is it silver?
Yes, it is. And with that, Garu team, this is your first win. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
And, well, this was a really tough game. It was very close. And Tobagi, you actually walk off the stage winners. You've won tickets to Southeast Asia. You stay in the region. But, you know, it's still travel, and it's on us. How are you?
Yeah, great. You know, we had a good run. It's not Europe, but, you know, hey, we lost to some good players, so I don't feel bad.
Carbon.
But, well, it was great having you on our show. And it was great to end the last year with you and to begin again. And thank you very much for joining us here. And Garu, you've won tickets to Jeju Island. Are you satisfied, or are you thinking of going further?
Well, we started the year off with 1 win, so we should try to keep the streak going.
All right, so you'll be back next week to try again.
We certainly hope so.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
And Garu has won its first game. Let's see what happens next week. Happy New Year and see you again. Bye-bye.